Okay, guys, so we are finding out that Savannah Spurlock's case is very active, and we watched as the FBI investigators, state troopers, took over the Garrett County property that was already searched one time before. And as they did, they were searched several times before, actually, and police come up empty-handed. But as you know, a lot of us felt like this was not searched well enough. We felt like they were not doing a good enough job on this case. We were hoping they would do better. We encouraged them to do better. And this is probably why the family ended up having to hire a private investigator. Now, Savannah was 22. She went missing when she went out for a night at the other bar, which is in Lexington, Kentucky. She went out with a few friends. The friends left her behind. They had to leave. She stayed behind. And she ended up meeting 3 guys there. And she rode to their home. The thing is when the mother tried to reach her the next morning, they could not get a hold of her. The phone was shut off at 8:30. Police were able to get on this case very quickly, and that's the part we didn't understand. When you're on a case that quick and you have tips come in that quick, you should have found something. Most people believe that, and that is not the case. They did not find anything, and the case seemed to go cold for a while. Their interest was this man that you see right here that is being arrested right now, finally, David Sparks. I have mentioned his name time and time again. I was given that tip by one of the subscribers that they shared lots of information with us, as well as we never did get the names of the other 2 men were African American and whether or not they were involved. So far, only 1 arrest has been made. So, of course, you guys know one thing I'm going to talk about later on in this video, because I want to raise awareness about this, is I feel like men are hunting women. I believe that this is something that is getting to be a regular thing, and we need to make our women aware of it, because it's not, it's people that you look at and you feel comfortable to talk to. A lot of times, they make you feel comfortable, they seem nice, they want to help you, and then all of a sudden, you were last seen with that person, but there's no sign of you. So, yeah, yesterday or last night, we seen the coroners come in, we seen FBI come in, we seen state troopers and the Richmond police all take over this piece of property. And I think that was around, and I haven't had time to get the times exact for you right now, guys. I believe that was approximately around 10:30, and approximately right before 12 midnight, police found remains on this piece of property. And how in the world did they find information? According to one Fox News source, says that a neighbor gave a tip that they could smell a foul smell coming off of that property. So police come straight to that property, FBI comes straight to that property, and they waited for the warrant. Okay, so I searched for good clips when they announced it, and Stay Informed has a YouTube channel. Check her YouTube channel out. She had a good clip. Here it is.
Here in Garrett County, just before midnight, human remains were located outside of a residence, exhumed and taken to the state medical examiner's office in Frankfort for an autopsy and identification. At this time, we cannot confirm the identity of the individual.
So one thing I want to make sure we mention is we can't imagine what this family's going through after so much time and effort. I'm telling you, this family did not give up on Savannah. They were not going to give up on Savannah, and I'm telling you, Lisa, which is the aunt, and not blood related, she made sure I knew that, she worked endlessly trying to push this case. I've seen her, I've watched her, And I was doing cases in between her doing cases, and I know how much work it can be and how much time it takes. And it takes a lot of heart and a lot of time out of your personal life. You do not get to spend, time doing things you like and enjoy when you are trying to help somebody else. That, especially that many days and hours that she put in. So I'm waiting to hear from the family. They say they are going to issue a statement sometime this morning. They could be doing it right now as I make this video. I told them if they need any help that I have the best group of people here. Let me know and I'll post the link up, which I'll do later. Don't know when, because I do have another doctor's appointment today. As of now, we don't have a positive identity, but I think we will find out that that is Savannah Spurlock. I'm pretty sure of it, because I really felt she never left that piece of property. As many of us, I think we did believe in that. He just didn't have time to do anything. And most of our questions is, how in the world did the police miss it? So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and play this next clip for you. This is from Fox News. And they're letting us know, what's going on right now in the case.
Next, police also recovering human remains at a home connected to this case. She was last seen on January 4th leaving a Lexington bar with at least 2 men.
So now we have this tip leading police back to a home connected to one of those men.
Just before midnight, human remains were located outside of a residence, exhumed and taken to the state medical examiner's office in Frankfort for an autopsy and identification. At this time, we cannot confirm the identity of the individual.
Okay, guys, so I think we will start seeing some timely investigation going on. I think that the police probably will feel bad that they missed this. But here's a picture of David Sparks' comparison. That's a huge change in looks in the past 6 months. But he has been arrested. So what's going to happen with the other two? I mean, we know that they knew something and they didn't come forward. Now that he's arrested first, he has the opportunity to possibly play with accusations, speculation, and point fingers at this point. So that's what I'm curious about. Is there going to be more arrests? We heard there was a lot more people involved with Savannah taking her home and being around her afterwards. So we can only guess right now which direction this case is going to go. Is David Sparks going to take the full responsibility? Are they going to get enough evidence to get a confession? How are police going to handle this? And they're going to have to be smart handling this, because they screwed up at the very beginning of this case. They had every opportunity, in my opinion, to have ended this a long time ago. But what I'm hearing is there is a rumor flying around. There's a possibility that her body was moved, if it is indeed Savannah Spurlock, from one location to another. I don't believe that myself, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong a few times. You can't be perfect, but I do believe that she was there the entire time. I am curious for you guys to share below what you think in comments, please. So what do you think is going to happen? Do you think that she's been there the entire time? How, if she was there the entire time, how in the world did the sniffing dogs miss that? So the cadaver dogs did not pick up a scent or anything. So that is what is shocking to me. But also they're saying they found these remains closer to a big, it looks like a shed barn. I'm not certain they're calling it a barn, but to me it looks like a large shed. I stayed up until about 2 o'clock in the morning debating whether to make a video, but I was like, no, I'll just wait and see if I can get more information in the morning and then make this video for you guys. I want to say thank you to DUTYron. She's amazing. She's the one that got me on top of this, because I was actually working on the Mackenzie case, and I got that video up. It's not the best, but it's up. I've had a lot going on, guys. My husband was in an accident. I'm having a few health issues myself. I'm having to go to doctors, so it's really hard. It takes a lot of time to research and things like that, so bear with me. I want to say I appreciate you guys sticking around and giving me a chance to recuperate from all that's going on right now. I may not be back entirely still, but this case meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to a lot of people on my channel. We have been pushing this and pushing this. Now, like I mentioned before, the family should be making a statement. Let me link the Facebook page for you. It's called Missing Savannah. Now, Lisa was running it at one time, but I think she's given it to someone else to run it, and she occasionally gets on there, and which I believe she was on last night. She disappeared just before midnight, and I'm sure they did a family gathering at that point. I'm sure they're preparing for the worst of news, and they're also preparing for a fight. But before I go, well, actually, I'm going to share this with you. So according to CNN, David Sparks was charged with abuse of a corpse, which means, you know, what in the world, maybe she was moved, and tampering with physical evidence, and booked onto Madison County Detention Center on Thursday morning. So a CNN affiliate reported that the remains were found Wednesday night at Perkins Lane, which had previously been searched in weeks following Spurlock's disappearance. And this property did belong to his parents. So she's been missing since January 4th. So evidence tampering, you know, maybe he did move her around. I just can't see how in the world and why he would do that. So now the family had set up a Facebook page in hopes of gathering information, and offered $15,000 reward for the first tip that led to Spurlock's return or recovery or arrest of a suspect. On the 6-month anniversary, Spurlock was missing Savannah's mother, Ellen Spurlock. She said that she took time to remember the times that her and her daughter spent together, she says. Quote says, "We would be grilling out, playing games, hanging out with the grandbabies," she says, end quote. After leaving the other bar on the night of her disappearance, Savannah Spurlock made a FaceTime call to her mother while in a vehicle. And that was the last time she saw her daughter's face, according to Ellen Spurlock. Purdy said over the past several months, there has been a large police presence connected to this investigation and cooperation among the Richmond Police Department and the Garrett County Police, Kentucky State Police, and the FBI. So the phone call that they had earlier today was credible and led us to finding these human remains, says Purdy on Wednesday. He said, quote, "Hopefully this is going to provide us some answers," end quote. So they're saying that further comment will be made. Additional details are available, police said shortly. So anyways, the Missing Savannah page, they said, "I will make a statement later this morning. Thank you for your continued prayers," she says. She's had very positive support on this page and a good group of people. So, you know, if you haven't been to this page, like I mentioned before, I'll try to get the link of it. Don't forget, post it below. Go check it out, and hopefully we'll hear something shortly. You know, I'm not certain how to feel right now. I was hoping she would be alive, but deep inside we know that that was not the case, most likely. But the most exciting part about this, it's very, very erratic emotions going on, is the fact that we might be able to catch the bad guy. And that's the most important thing at this point. Once, we realize that there's no other options, the most important thing is to bring these men to justice for Savannah Spurlock. So, hashtag Savannah Strong. Guys, I want to say thank you so much for watching, hanging in with me. Let's send prayers to this family and hope for the best. And I've got to go for now, but I'll see you guys soon.